Hey, thanks for joining me today. We are going to dig into the Druera case study where I talk about a couple of different things that we use to really drive an impact on the visibility and the ranking and the LLM magnification of Druera Ceylon Cinnamon Spice. We're going to be talking about cloud stacks for press releases. Stick around. A robust tool for enhancing your digital footprint. Business owner, marketer, know who loves backup. TheNewsGuy. Ready to make headlines? All right, so we are going to explore really this concept about PR stack. And I'm not talking about PR stacking, where we're taking multiple PRs and doing some magic chicanery with that stuff. That's probably a good thing to do for another video. But right now, I want to talk about this concept, this strategy that we employ that I call PR stack, which is taking a press release and then layering other things on top of it. The first thing that we're going to talk about is our Druera case study and how we utilized our cloud stacks for PRs to really magnify the impact of that initial PR for Druera. All right, let me give you a little bit of background on that. First, we had Druera Ceylon Cinnamon, right? They came to us, they said, hey, we'd love to do a press release. We've got this great little cinnamon company here in Sri Lanka. What can we do? We mapped out a strategy. Now I'm going to share my screen. We mapped out a strategy. Pull that in there. Yeah. We mapped out a strategy where they did just a standard press release. Boom. One of these guys right here with us. And then in addition, they also picked up our cloud stack for press releases. Ooh, very smart. Now, we did the press release for them. This is their wonderful, right? Druera Ceylon Cinnamon assures lead-free cinnamon with published test report, right? Had a nice, decent little pickup. Here's some of the sites we did. There's that digital journal. Boom. Here it is in digital journal. Great little company. Excited. I've used some of their product. Woohoo! Very good stuff. But so we did this press release for them. We've got all of these links, 438. Now what do? We do cloud stacks for the press release. Well, what does that mean exactly? Well, let me explain it. We take multiple cloud sites like Wasabi or Azure or Amazon's AWS sites, Blue Bunny, a bunch of them. I think we use like 14 or 15 different cloud-based sites, and then we build HTML websites on each of these things, and then we begin to interlink them. All right, now let me show you what that looks like. So here is the report that we give on our cloud sites, and so you can kind of see here's the URLs that we've got going on here. What does that look like? Here's the site of the main cloud site itself. This is built on a Wasabi cloud, but if you look at all of this, we also have got it on Google, we have it on Windows.net, we have it on Amazon's AWS. What do we got? Linode over here as well. We've got CDN.net. What else do we've got? Contabo. So you can see we've got all different kinds of cloud platforms that we're using, and they're all interlinking. This is a cloud stack, right? These things, we build them and then we begin to interlink one point into another. And I like to do a wagon wheel kind of approach so that the one site is kind of interlinking, and then there's a main cloud site that is really getting fired up, and then juicing that to either your money site or wherever. And I'm going to show you where the wherever is in just a second. But you can kind of see the outline of this on the cloud site itself. This is their sitemap. So this is the first page, the home page of the number one cloud site. So if I went back to here, so this right here, this is the home page, the main, what we'll call this kind of the money site within the cloud stack, right? So this is what it looks like right here. It's a decent little HTML site. right? It's not beautiful. This is a site that's not meant to be like visible and like get a lot of attention to. So we want to make it look okay, presentable. It's not designed to be like, this is our high converting, clients are flowing to this. It's got to convert. This is a workhorse type of a site. So, but we've got product going on here. Obviously, we're absolutely driving specific Druera Ceylon Cinnamon content on here. Now, let's begin to look at how we're building and magnifying the links on this cloud site. So you can see here we're embedding, right, as an embed, the links throughout the stack that we're using, right? All as well, very contextual, very driven content for the product, for the client, Druera. And then look what we do. We build in a bunch of links in here attached to a map for Druera based on where they are. We've got our images going on in here. Now look at this. Here's some of the secret sauce as well. I'm going to show you some other secret sauce, so hold on. Look at this. Here we are in all of the PR links, the news site links. They're all right here and they're all active. Do follow links pointing to clicking active links to all of the press release news site links from the press release right there. Check that out. There they all are, hundreds of these little boogers. Now, what is the value of that? So think about your news sites as being your tier 1 link. And then when we begin to build our cloud stack pointing to all of those tier 1 links, the cloud sites become tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 in some instances to all of these news site links, passing all of that link juice up through the cloud sites, up into the news site links, up to, you got it, the client site, the Druera Cinnamon site. And it's getting visibility, it's driving engagement, and we're going to talk about the results here in just a second. But you can see here they all are. Boom, just massive amounts of these things. Let me scroll way down, right? There they are. And then we throw in other citations. Here's a Crunchbase, right? Here's Pinterest from Druera. We're also pulling in other citations and other sites that are going to help boost not only the visibility of the press release, but the visibility and the ranking and the power and the LLM authority for Druera. Here we all are. Boom, boom, boom. Beautiful stuff. Media contact, Druera. Everything is in here. Oh, and by the way, just for another little secret sauce, look what we did. We actually we embedded one of, I think this digital journal, the digital journal press release right in the cloud stack. Love that. Boom. We got it all cooking right here. So this is what a cloud stack looks like. And again, remember, we have multiple different cloud sites building out multiple pages, all interlinking. We could go, let's go look at this little guy here for the fun of it. Boom, there it is. Yeah, it's kind of looking almost the same, but I'll tell you what, here's all of those news sites, right? So that's just another. This one is on AWS. This is one of the pages on here. But look, this is the Wasabi, right? So we've got multiple different cloud platforms. But the other thing I want to point out to you, another one of our, what I will call our secret sauce. Let me scroll back up. Oh, so much. Look at this right here. We've got this whole map. We've got these other links coming in where we're embedding and also firing up the map for Druera. Imagine if this was a local business. We did a press release for, we've got a cloud stack and it's a local business and we want to drive power for the map pack. Boom, this thing is going to be awesome. So, but the other piece of secret sauce that we do on our cloud stacks is schema. Now, if you're not familiar with schema, schema is the underlying JSON code that is not visible to the user when I come look at this site, but it's what the Google robots pull and read immediately to understand what is this site about. Let me show you schema. So and a good way to go check schema, just go pull this, right? Go grab the URL to your site, come over here to schema, the validator.schema.org. I've already put it it in and run the test, right? So here's my site. This is giving me all of the JSON code underneath here, right? It looks pretty cool. And here's the schema that has been detected for this particular cloud site right here, this page. Look at this. It's web page, it's news article, and product schema. Woo. Check this out. Let's go take a look at this schema. What is it, right? This is where we build out, we pull in a bazillion keywords: natural Ceylon cinnamon, pure Ceylon cinnamon, Druera cinnamon, right? All of this stuff. Look at this massive description that we're giving. All of these keywords, more keywords. We're giving it same as. We are building out this massive, massive, massive schema talking about Ceylon cinnamon. It is powering up not only the cloud site, but it's also giving all of this credit to the client site. Yes, this is significant. So the outcomes, you will see the press release. Go back to the original case study video. The press release drove 133% increase of traffic the day after the press release hit. Then a few days later, we roll on this cloud stack. Boom, another 93% traffic increase. That is the power of PR stacking. Our next video, I'm going to talk to you about the other step that we did, which was the Google entity stack. So stick around for our next video. Be sure to check that one out. So listen, hey, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I know I went long in talking about what a Google stack or a cloud stack is. If you would like to learn more about it, we've got a book, How to Leverage Your Brand in with Press Releases. Go check out our ebook that you can get. Link is down below that you can pick that up. Also, if you'd like to talk about your next project and how we can amplify your brand using not only our PR stack, our PRs, or a bunch of our other services, hey, a link to my calendar is down below. I'd love to chat with you. Book a free 15-minute consultation with me. Love to talk with you. And I hope you enjoyed this information. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, and follow. And I'll see you in the headlines.